Google Ads can work for small businesses, and let me explain. The way that I've seen it work the best is you need to get basically ultra targeted and really niche down before you get big. There's different types of keyword types you can put in between broad match, phrase match, exact match. As a small business, depending upon what your budget is, let's say your budget's a couple grand a month. You're going to want to spend that money as efficiently as possible. So you're going to want to take the very thing that you do. So in your case, if you sell golf tees, you're going to want to basically limit your bidding to bidding on the search term golf tees. That way you're not spending fluff money that doesn't really matter, because your goal when you're first starting is to convert as much of your dollars as you can immediately into sales. Now, obviously, if you were a giant company as well, that's what you would want to do. That's ideally the point, but we can get into all that later as to why you would broaden your willingness to spend money on certain things. But if you're a small business, Google Ads can work if and only if you stick to the things that are basically going to drive the direct result, which is whether people buy golf tees or not. It's people looking for golf tees and golf tees only that are landing on your website, and that way you can control your spend and give yourself the best chance to win in the beginning. When you're running Google Ads for a small business, obviously, ideally, whatever you do would work, and we're confident that in general, the first thing or two that we try does work. We tend to onboard clients and it works for them because of what we just talked about. We don't overcomplicate it. We bid on the very things that are going to drive business their direction. The mistake that small businesses make, though, is, and this is a hard one, this is a controversial one, the tendency is to get too hung up on it has to work immediately. If it doesn't work, I'm going to stop. The issue that small businesses have is there's a big difference between not being known at all and then being omnipresent, which is being everywhere at the same time. It is impossible to be known by everyone and ever at the same time when you're new. And so to some degree, you have to commit to making sure that as long as the terms you're bidding on are the terms of basically the product that you're selling, right? That even if you're not, call it making the ROAS, the return on ad spend that you want, you're still getting the right people to your website with the understanding that they might not buy from you because they're just meeting you for the first time. And so it's the people that bust through and get through to the next level in terms of using Google Ads as a medium of advertising is the ones that stick to it because they trust the process and they understand that even though reach and impressions and clicks don't pay the bills, they do in the long run, as long as you give it time for that to formulate and compound and take place eventually.